Okay. I'm starting today's video off way different than usual. Just freaking look at this. I was dying of laughter today. Kaori's in her trial and she's like, yo, why is my powers on the rise again? I'm good for nothing. And then the evil girl's like, no. Oh my god. Okay. This episode was, I was going to talk a lot of crap about this week's episode. But oh my god, that moment alone made it all worth it. Made it all worth it. Why am I'm so dark? I'm like Kaori's opposite side today, a little light. Okay. So this episode of Arifureta, it was what it was, okay? And the last like 5 minutes with Yue and Shea fighting, her calling, I never really realized that chibi means midget. And she was like, yo, you midget vampire, you flat chested. And she was like, chibi. And Yue's like, oh my god. So effing funny. God. Oh my god, that made the episode 12 out of 10. I was prepared before the Kaori stuff happened. Like right before, actually during that Kaori stuff, I was prepared to come here and be like, this episode wasn't what I wanted and blah, blah, blah. But the last 5 minutes, I don't know, maybe I'm just in a good mood today. I don't know. I was dying. The Kaori girl saying no, you're good. You're so good. And then she gets killed. She gets killed because Kaori's little Valkyrie spear just happens to land in her body. And that's how she passes the trial. Oh my god. So good. Okay. This episode was a 12 out of 10. It was just so effing good. But here's my legit response is last week, going into this episode with Yue and the dark territory and the vampires and the corpses, I thought we were going to get some dark stuff, right? Each of these parallel versions of themselves have been just these dark-skinned, yappy monologue characters. So in preparation for this week, I was like, oh, next week we're going to get some vision of her past or something crazy. And although we did get to see a little bit of her past and that she was basically duped by her uncle and he's the one who, sealed her away and he's the one who betrayed her and stuff. I don't mind. I think that's cool to get to learn more about Yue's past. But I thought this episode was going to be dark, gory. I was like, oh, it's going to be so different than all the other trials. But in fact, we saw her trial, or we saw her vision or her memory, and we went right back into her trial, which is just Yue versus dark-skinned Yue. And it was fine. And she ends up overcoming it with her love for Hajime, and that was fine. Then we transition into Shea's or Shea's, or maybe Shea was first. I don't remember. No, Shea was next. And then we transition into her, and then she's facing her dark-skinned bunny. And she's probably the best looking one, by the way. Dark-skinned Shea, let's go. Let me get some bunny ears. But she quickly overcomes her because she's Shea has 2 brain cells. And one of them is just saying hey, forget the past, just bulldoze forward. And because of that, she can't really be coaxed in otherwise. She's just go. So she easily moves past her thing. And then that transitions into Yue being hey, if something ever happens to me, take care of Hajime. And then they begin fighting and quarreling. And then they land into Kaori's fight. And Kaori is facing dark-skinned Kaori. And she's finally overcoming her. She was owning up her past and owning up what she couldn't be and everything else. And she's finally going to overpower the Valkyrie. And then Shea and Yue bust in. And then that led us into the scene, which was just effing hilarious. So this episode of Arifureta wasn't the best because I haven't been a big fan of these trials. I think they're fine. I do like the fact that we're getting flashbacks and learning something. This episode, we learned something about Yue and how she was trapped and betrayed and everything else. I think that's cool. I like that part of it. But the standard just trials with their monologuing, haven't been the best. At least, they're like, they probably look really cool in manga panels, but when you're adapting them, they're a little boring, a little bit, unless they are filling in the time with either a little bit of sprinkle of fan service, or they're sprinkling in some history that we did, like something like they're putting a piece of the puzzle where we didn't know about that character before, like they've done with Tio, with the fact that she killed church kids and everything else, or this episode with Yue, filling in how she got betrayed and how she ended up being sealed and how she's okay with it because that led her to Hajime. But the rest of them have just been fine, like they sped through Shea's, they sped through Yue's, or they sped through Kaori, I'm sorry. Just fine. But the end of the episode made up for all of it, which was like a 12 out of 10. So yeah. Arifureta episode number 14, which I think this is what this episode was effing awesome. Because the end, I mean, I was dying of laughter, so yeah. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, my friends. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.